Welcome to the best of edition of your West Wing Week. This week we're bringing you our favorite moments that we at the White House caught on camera in 2016. What better way to kick off 2017? That's January 1st to December 30th, or...
Thanks, Obama.
January marked the annual State of the Union address, the president's final one.
I believe in change because I believe in you, the American people. And that's why I stand here as confident as I have ever been that the state of our union is strong. Thank you.
In February, for Black History Month, the President and First Lady welcomed a special guest. It produced a video that went viral within hours.
Black president.
Look at him.
Yay!
Right there.
And I'm here to celebrate Black history.
That's exactly
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
That's
We're glad to
right.
have you here.
In March, the President made history by becoming the first U.S. President to visit Cuba in nearly 90 years. He met with Raul Castro and even attended a baseball game in Havana. In April, the President designated the Belmont Paul House a national monument here in D.C., which helps tell the story of the struggle for women's rights.
All right, so tell me about this.
Okay. I want to tell you that you were the first president to ever stand in front of this banner.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
In May, the President implemented a Kids Science Advisory Team, an idea conceived by Jacob, a kid scientist who attended the White House Science Fair.
Do you have a child science advisor?
I don't. Do you think you might be interested
You
in that?
should.
Jacob had a very good idea, which is that we should have, in addition to our PCAST, which is my science advisory group, we should have a kids advisory group.
Jacob's not the only kid who inspired the President in May. 9-year-old Mary Copany, aka Little Miss Flint, wrote a letter to the President about fighting for clean water in her hometown. And then she got to meet the President when he visited her city. In June, the President designated another national monument in New York City. Stonewall became our first national monument to tell the story of the struggle for LGBT rights. July marked the 26th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. To commemorate this, the President hosted a White House event for activists who fought for the ADA.
So as I'm walking around the White House today, I'm going to be thinking about the people who came before me and who started to pave the way for such important legislation like the ADA.
In August, the President designated the country's largest marine national monument just northwest of Hawaii. Over the course of his 8 years in office, President Obama has protected more land and water than any president in American history. In September, the White House released a video that quickly reached millions around the world of a young American boy who wanted to help a Syrian refugee.
Please go get him and bring him to our home. Catherine, my little sister, will be collecting butterflies and fireflies for him.
A few months later, the President invited Alex to the White House.
Good.
You look very nice in your suit.
You being so nice and kind, hopefully makes other people think the same way. So I was very proud of you.
In October, the White House hosted South by Southlawn, a festival that brought together artists, innovators, and changemakers to show how they are making a difference in their community.
When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, speak up. Speak out.
In November, the President took his last trip abroad as President of the United States to Greece, Germany, and Peru. He met with world leaders and discussed the importance of strengthening U.S. alliances around the world. In December, the President's last full month in office, the first family celebrated the holidays by decorating, singing, and dancing, and lighting the final Christmas tree of the Obama administration. Thanks for tuning in to your last West Wing Week of 2016. Have a safe and happy New Year, and with that,
Obama out.
It's the Oval Office, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm there. It's so much more intimidating than if it was square. Opportunity knocks and I can't stop. I'm here with the president and my pops, and yo, the mic drops.
How good is that? You think that's going viral? That's going viral.